Hi guys, welcome back. Roger here, and today I'm going to be cooking a curry. Now this curry is, shall I say, my curry. It's not authentic. There are a lot of authentic curries out there, but this for me is a midweek meal. I've sorted out some spices that I keep in my cupboard. We've got some lamb in the fridge, and as I say, if you enjoy it, try it for yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Press that little button down in the corner there. Don't be shy, it won't hurt, and you can see all of my videos in the future and all those old ones from the past. So let's crack on. So we've got some lovely leg lamb steaks here. I'm going to cut these into cubes and fry them off a little bit first. So I'll pop those over to one side. Then to go with that, obviously we're going to need onions. I've got 2 small white onions here, been chopped up quite small. See what else we've got. Some of the spices, ground cumin, some ginger, and I always like to put a little bit of paprika in because it, you know, not so much for the taste, but it does give a gorgeous colour. 1 tin of peeled plum tomatoes, garlic powder. Now really I would have liked to use fresh garlic, but unfortunately I haven't got any in the house today, so we'll be using that. And turmeric powder, some of that. Some tomato paste. I find that intensifies the flavour quite a lot, so we'll be putting some of that in. Now also we're going to need some garam masala, quite a mixture of stuff there, and some coriander powder. This is a big packet. I mean, it's obviously the best way to buy this sort of stuff is in these big packets because it's a lot cheaper that way. Now this last little product is my pride and joy, where it says chilies red. These are my own chilies that I've grown in the garden, dried them out in a little herb dryer that I've got, and ground them up, and you know, look at that lovely bright colour. It's beautiful, isn't it? So that's it. That's what we're going to be using, all of these. And yeah, let's crack on over to the stove. Now I'm going to start with this pan here. It's just a normal frying pan. In there I'm going to put a little drop of oil, a bit of vegetable cooking oil, and I'm going to pop in the pieces of lamb, just a few at a time, and I'm going to fry these off, get them browned all the way over, and I'm going to just do these in quite small batches, as you can see, because I don't know if you find, guys, that if you put too much in at the same time, it just seems to boil, doesn't it? Now when I've got them browned all the way over like this, just make sure that there's not any pink parts showing. Now I can put in the next batch. Let's start all over again until I've done all of the lamb chunks, and then after that we can move on to the next step. So all the meat's been browned off and transferred to another dish, and I'm left with these lovely toasty juices, so we're not going to waste those. Now I'm going to fry off the chopped onions. Pop all of those in, don't miss any. There we go. Now I'm going to fry these down until they're soft, until they're, you know, as you like to say, translucent, which I guess is that you can almost see through them. So yeah, we'll carry on with that. So when these are sweated down quite a lot, and as you can see they're getting nice and soft, and the idea of this is so that they are less harsh, if you like, and it brings out sweetness, would you believe it, in these onions. They are very sweet once you do this. So these are done. I'm going to transfer these and the meat into the larger saucepan that I'm going to use to be making the curry. And then we'll move on to the next step, which is to add our tomatoes, pop those in, and I'm going to rinse the can out. We're going to need a bit of extra water in there, because you're going to find there's going to be quite a lot of evaporation. So I've got about half of this can filled with water, and I'll swish it around a bit and get all the tomato flavour so we don't waste any. We can put that in. To this I'm going to add our spices. I've got 1 teaspoon of ginger, powdered. Pretty much everything's powdered anyway. 1 teaspoon of turmeric. That's very good stuff, very healthy. 1 teaspoon of paprika to give it some nice colour. 1 teaspoon of cumin. 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. Quite easy to remember this, spoonful of everything. Teaspoon of garam masala, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. We're going to need some tomato paste, so I'm going to use 1 and 2 tablespoonfuls of tomato paste, just to give it that bit more of a sort of a richness, if you like. Now, our homegrown chili powder. What I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to use just a little bit over 1/4 teaspoon, I suppose. And if it's not hot enough, I'm going to add a little bit more. But I don't want to spoil the curry, because none of us like it too hot. So I'm going to change my spatula to a spoon, a wooden spoon. Now you probably think there's no butter or ghee or yogurt or anything like that in this dish, but the fact is we do have a family member who's intolerant to dairy products, so that's not going in. But of course, if you're making this for yourself, please have some yogurt or anything like that, or butter or ghee, and I'm sure it'll come out lovely. So there we go. I'm going to put the lid on that, and that's going to cook for at least an hour, and then we'll check it. We want it just simmering. So this is it, guys. This is after 1 hour of cooking, and if you can see the little red oily patches in there, that's telling me that the spices have broken down and they're releasing all their flavours. So this is about ready to go, but I can always just turn the gas down to very, very low and leave that ticking over until we're ready to eat tonight. So that's that done. Now right at the end, I'm just going to mix in a little bit of coriander. The green looks good amongst all the red, and it adds a little bit of extra taste.
They're yours, those two.
Thank you.
That really does taste so good. That lamb is really tender and succulent. It's got all those lovely curry flavours. As I said at the beginning of the video, it's not an authentic curry, it's just one I've cooked for our family midweek meal, and enjoyable it is too. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Give me a thumbs up, that would be great, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.